Good day, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, and most welcome to yet another session of EU Business Talks. My name is Ante Milevoj, and our guest of honor today is Mr. Justinas Taruška, CEO of NANDO, based in Kaunas, Lithuania. Justin, good day to you.
Good afternoon to everyone.
And most welcome. Nice to see you as well. I believe we are 2 p.m. now, you are 1 hour ahead. Is that okay? Correct?
Yes, we are 3 p.m. right now. Correct.
Okay, super. So, how are things on the east side of European Union, Justin?
Well, things are very well. I could say from our business also, everything is going good. What I like, we still have sun, some sunshine. So this we need to have as a joy and also to have some fun.
Great. Sun, especially at this time of the year, is an asset also for us, especially if it comes on Saturdays and Sundays. But in general, Justin, Lithuania as such, how are you coping now with all these economic figures, COVID related, non-COVID related? How are you living over there?
I think that we are used to that already. Of course, figures are growing. Vaccination progress also is going better and better. And from economical point of view, I think that our economy is doing really very well. So even the figures, the statistics shows the same. Everyone is buying everything, especially goods. So I think that in our case, economy is recovered and unemployment rate is not so high. So everything is really good.
Service sector, Justin, hospitality, ICT, I don't know.
ICT all the time, is great. What is with IT or ICT related with the service, maybe some have not so good situation, but in general, I suppose that everything is okay, especially real estate, especially real estate.
What's the average square meter price in downtown Kaunas these days?
I need to check because it's changing like every month, and it's really hard to find something. Even people are buying just not built houses or apartments, but if we are talking about city, central, old town, I suppose it's 3-4 maybe K euros. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't follow because I understood that it will be hard for me.
So, but it gives us an impression that you are doing just fine. I hate these high prices myself.
If we are doing fine, we need to have the situation and enjoy it because like life is going up and life is going down. So when it's down, you have to be more upset, and when it's up, you have to be always nice and happy.
A nice point. I'll remind that. Justin, we've talked a little bit just so our friends know, and we clicked on the basketball issue, and we talked and talked and talked. And your number one brand in Europe and maybe even globally, it's actually coming from basketball world, Žalgiris Kaunas. Can you enlighten our friends here? What does it mean to you personally and your country as such?
When I meet my partners, they always asking, what is your national sport? So I say that, okay, number one sport in Lithuania is basketball. Number two sport in Lithuania is basketball. And number three sport in Lithuania is also basketball. So we are really crazy for basketball. It's like our second religion. And also our national team and this basketball team, which is from my hometown. So all the time arenas are fully booked or almost fully booked, even with COVID, maybe less booked. But I hope that the play of my basketball team will be better and better.
And Justin is being just a bit modest, but I'll tell you one more secret, that he has a yearly ticket somewhere in the first row of the hall. And if this is the case, I definitely want to be his friend.
Yeah. So we have a group of friends, 7 maybe, who are sitting in front of the court, and some of my friends cannot participate every time. So even this week I have one spare ticket. So I will give it to my friend. So
very nice. Justin, before we go further with your company, you know, this is actually EU business talks. So my next question is that I usually give to my guests is, what does EU means to you personally, to your country as such? Can you maybe elaborate in a couple of sentences?
Well, Europe Union, especially I think for eastern part of Europe or Scandinavia, means a lot because it is a big market. It's free to go everywhere where you want, and especially even during these COVID times, you could see how difficult to go outside of Europe Union or for foreigners to go inside into Europe Union. So for me, it's like one big market, freedom, and many possibilities.
Do you have a feeling that we are all sitting in the same boat within member states? It's a not political question, but actually very practical one, you know, if you are feeling this throughout your days.
I think, yes, maybe somebody wants to go out, but you know, ocean is very big, so they can go everywhere where they want. But yes, we need to be in one boat, and we must be in one boat because we are competing globally, not inside of Europe Union.
Sure, we are. My last question in this part, Justin. If I decide to visit you, how do I fly over there? Via some stopovers in, I don't know, in Frankfurt, Munich, or how do I fly over?
Normally we have flights to Vilnius, to our capital, to Kaunas, and to our resort, smaller city in Palanga. But either there is a direct flight or via Riga, via Warsaw, via Frankfurt, via Copenhagen, depends where are you from. So
but number of daily flights?
Number of daily flights, I don't know, to be honest. Not so much.
Okay, and all these easy jets and etc., they're flying to your country?
Ryanair, yes, busier, Ryanair.
Okay.
They're very popular, so it's really cheap to come.
Okay. Dear Justin, dear friends, let me read the invite that you all got a couple of days, a week ago, actually. So Justin is CEO of NANDO, based in Kaunas, Lithuania. Company produces and technologically develops functional agriculture additives, focusing on adjuvants and microbiological products for manure treatment and industrial applications. You have your own R&D center and you export to 15 plus countries already. So, Justin, I've missed, when did all start for you? When did you establish this company? How did you start it? And what are your plans for the future?
Well, the history of the company started from the distribution of chemical products and representing brands. And then our company moved to producing different surfactants, adjuvants, and also probiotics, microbial products, biostimulants. So our goal is to move forward to export, and we have several fields of markets. So One is agriculture, what is related to the plants. Another is what is related to the animal welfare, so like for manual treatment. And the third is for treatment of industrial waste. So mostly now our products are for the plant growth and stimulation, and this is probably the biggest part. And as I said, our goal to go more to other markets and regions. So right now we have a dedicated team working for South America, Europe, Africa, Middle East, and also CIS country, Russian-speaking countries.
Okay, please enlighten us. Who are your target customers, partners? What's the general portfolio of your target clients?
So we do not work directly with the farmers, but we work via distributors. So this is one vertical of the partners. Other partners who are in our scope is seed breeders, then chemical fertilizer producers, then we are working as industrial partners. So mainly I could say these three types of customers are from our portfolio: distributors, seed breeders, and chemical fertilizer producers.
How do you find them, or do they find you, or you take part at fairs and exhibitions, or you use LinkedIn, or how does it work?
Well, long story shortly. So actually my experience came from business, from another business, from IT business, and from the SaaS business, software as a service. So therefore, for some time I lived also in US, and I had an opportunity to be coached and mentored by different companies, global companies in Silicon Valley and US. So therefore, some of the methods we are using in our company, which came from such businesses. So we have IT business and we have agriculture. So the knowledge we merged, and by this, we are doing all outbound sales, so active sales. We have a team which is responsible for lead research, team for responsible for developing relationship with partners, and also account executives, so head of the markets. So we have several steps working with the potential customers, prospects, and then developing business with the customers. And as in some cases, we need to do some registration stuff, which can last from several months till 1 year.
Okay, what about those 15 plus countries that you are already conducting your business? Can you name them?
Yeah, so we have, I will say, from the biggest markets in all the world.
Or maybe top 5, yeah.
Yeah, so if we are talking about agriculture, so the biggest markets are like Brasilia, North America, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Russia, some Asian countries. So they are like top big markets in the world where we work right now. So we do work in Ukraine, we work in Poland, we work in Slovakia. Recently we started. We also work in Romania, Moldova, Belarus, Estonia, Latvia, Bulgaria, Georgia. So all I don't have all countries in my list.
But just to have the feeling, Justin, because there are plenty of people here.
Yeah, if we see our pipeline, so several months ago we just checked how many countries we would like to reach. So in our pipeline there is 99 countries. Either we have discussion or either we are trying to reach the third partners. So for this, we also have our external team working from other countries who are like our contractors or agents who are helping us to reach certain partners.
Is your business doable without face-to-face meetings? Are you able to do all the processes via Zoom or Webex or Teams or otherwise?
Well, before COVID, probably via Zoom, it was mostly impossible. After the COVID, even during the COVID, we changed all our system and moved to Zoom, moved to emails, moved to call calling, moved to a lot of to virtual site. And what is good via Zoom, you can qualify your prospect and then understand, would you go further or it's not the right contact for you as well. And you know what is more interesting after the Zoom, when you meet in person after some time, it's even more joy, you know, that after so many years you already see in person, you know, the person. So yeah, right now we do mix, and especially with business development, we need to travel. And from our side, where is our added value? We help a lot our partners, not only to learn about product, but also how to sell it, because only if you have in stock, it doesn't sell by its own.
Of course it doesn't. Dear friends, feel free to type your questions in the chat box, and I would like to thank Vinayak, who already posted his question. But before we go there, Justin, I want to read out the second chapter in your invite because it's interesting as well. You already mentioned that you were living sometime in US. So Justin is also alumnus of Alchemist Accelerator, sorry for my English, which is a leading B2B accelerator in the US. He has launched a community for sales and business development called Sales Club. Justin is also associate professor in practice at Kaunas University of Technology. Let me go sentence by sentence on this Alchemist Accelerator. Justin, what can you share on this?
Well, one of our businesses, which was startup, when we were raising capital, it was very important to raise smart money and also to participate at the community. So we were lucky that we were accepted to Alchemist Accelerator. It was 6-7 years ago, maybe. So by this also we raise capital. So what I suggest to other businesses to participate in different accelerators, just to choose which are the right ones, what are the benefits and what do you seek out of it. So this is high level, top tier accelerator in US. So this we were lucky.
You launched a community for sales and business development called Sales Club. So this is a separate thing, additional thing.
Yeah, so after I came back from US, I started to talk with other guys about sales and about new sales processes. And by this, we understood that we need some kind of community where we can discuss more about it and about new sales technologies, especially from the process point, from the hard engineering. So therefore, we launched such a community and started to share by meetups and different activities about this experience.
Okay, and you are also doing your fair share of activities at Kaunas University of Technology. So is it a weekly engagement or daily even that you have?
I have one course model, maybe I can call it. So I think that it's for B2B sales. So I am more than happy to say that most probably such course at university level is one of the first either in Baltics or maybe one of the first in Eastern Europe. What is the difference between US and Europe Union? That US knows better how to sell and how to do marketing. And especially in universities, we don't talk a lot about sales. We talk more about marketing, about management, but at the end, somebody has to sell. So this was my initiative, and of course, together with the community of the university.
Thank you. Let me go to the chat box and read questions out of it. Vinayak from India. Hi, Vinayak. Great to have you along. Do you see any opportunities for business with India or Indian companies, Justin?
Yes, we see. So we have no border that we don't want to work in one or another country. So yeah, feel free to connect. So even for everyone who would like to connect me, so Justinas Taruška at LinkedIn, and I will accept, and you can send any message or something like that.
Okay, so you have you are not saying no to anyone in advance.
Just we have some priorities where we are going.
Okay.
And that's it. So
Andre is with us from Sao Paulo. Before you were saying, Justin, that one of, if not the most important market for you is Brazil. What are your experience with this market?
To be honest, the experience is like no experience, as Brazil is talking more in Portuguese. So therefore, we will reach Brazil after other Latin countries. But if you are from Brazil, so feel free also to talk with me. So as our sales guy is Spanish speaking, so therefore we are now in Latin America with Spanish speaking countries. But for Brazil, for sure, very, very interesting market for us.
On the supply side or selling side?
Selling side.
Okay, there you go, Andre. Before I understood, Justin, that Brazil is already in place as one of your top 3 markets, but anyway, it's okay. Let's go forward to Martin from France. Can you please, Justin, share, Martin, hi to you as well, good to see you. Can you share name of African countries you are already operating or you are planning to operate? Will you want to expand in other countries in the Black Continent as well, Justin?
For sure, Africa is very interesting for us due to high potential in the future. In my believing, this region has the biggest gap where to grow, comparing with Europe Union or with other Western part of the countries. So we have contractors from Zimbabwe, Egypt. So for us, countries which are interesting is Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Egypt, South Africa. As I said, we have no borders not to work with any of the countries. We would like to work with African countries more intensively. So if you have anything, just let me know and we can connect.
Well, there you go, Martin. There you go, friends. Only the sky is the limit then. Yeah. Justin, before I see next question, I will ask you myself, what about the supplying side to your company? Are you in search for anything at all that it is meant to be as an input to your production process?
Well, as I said, we have 2 parts. One is chemical and another is biotech. So what we see in chemical supply chain all around the world, that even our competitors or other industries which are using chemicals, and before when they were importing from Asia, now due to supply chain, most of the companies checking already European factories. So therefore, I believe that and what I see that in Europe is really big demand on chemical products, because you need for disinfectants, you need for building and construction, you need for different cosmetics, even many cases for fertilizer, etc. So therefore, prices for chemicals are going up. Demand is very high. Capacity at the factories is limited. So yeah, we are also open for the suppliers who are from this field as well. From raw material.
And you have no logistics nightmares from Far East on the top.
But others have, so then we have some more difficulties for import maybe from Europe.
Okay, fair enough. I don't see any other questions, are there, Matic? So it means that you were to the point. My next wish to ask you is about R&D center. You are somehow emphasizing this as a very important thing within your process or your company. How much at the end of the day this benefits in your output prices? Is this an important factor for you?
So yes, R&D is very important, and of course it costs for us a lot. In some cases, we get some grants from European Union, which also help us to develop the products, and which is nice part also of European Union. But yes, if we want to be competitive, we need to invest in science. We also have many partnerships with universities, not only in Lithuania. We have partnership in Ukraine, Latvia, Estonia, having partnership with research centers from Germany, US. So we understand what is the value of it, because then you can develop new products and also expand your network like now we did. So thank you, first of all, to your Chamber of Commerce, but as well Kaunas Chamber of Commerce and also Lithuanian Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Gediminas Rainys. So this helps also to build network for us and for the community from Lithuania and from other research institutions.
Fair enough. Justin, before we go off, it's 30 minutes past the hour, at least here in my screen. Where do you see NANDO in 5 years' time?
Working in more than 50 countries all around the world.
Perfect. Justin, when you are not, and this is my final question, when you are not saying good morning and good night to your colleagues at work, what is Justin about? What is your free time about?
My free time, I like volleyball, to be honest, beach volleyball. So this is what I like to do in free time. Now maybe I have some injuries, but I hope that I will start again. And besides that, on Saturday, we just got a new dog, Puppy. So all my leisure time is now for him, and very excited. So it's a new child in our family. So
it's fair to say, Justin, that you don't live to work, but you work to live, at least with your puppy.
Yes, of course.
Perfect. Justin, thank you very much. You've been a great guest. If you want, I can give you the final 15 seconds to address all friends here in the room.
Yeah, so really nice to be here. Thank you, Ante, for invitation, and also Lithuanian colleagues. What I would like to say, so it's good that you are at such events, and it's good opportunity to network. So feel free to connect with me and we can chat in the future. If you have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer it.
Thank you very much. And we will do so, dear friends, dear Justin, just, I don't know, in a couple of hours, I will send you a nice follow-up email with all Justin contacts. Let me also thank this very add to my colleague Gademinas for bringing me together with Justin, much appreciated. And this is the power of our Chamber's network as well. And dear friends, at the very end, let me just say that our guest next week, this time will be Lars Lindskov from Roskilde, Denmark. Lars in his communication agency business. That's all from us. Thank you, and I wish you a nice day forward.